Good morning students. Hope you all are fine. Last time we had discussed about the stomach and small intestine. Today we are going to start with our large intestine and we are going to discuss about some glands. So start with large intestine. It is distal region of alimentary canal which is approx 1.5 to 1.8 meter long and 4 to 6 meter in diameter. It receives a semi-fluid mixture of undigested matter, mucus and water. Large intestine does not contain digestive glands. It is specialized to absorb water from slurry of undigested matter to form semi-solid fecal matter for ejection. Some heavy and toxic chemicals are poured over this fecal matter by wall of large intestine. The large intestine has three main parts: caecum, colon and rectum. Caecum is a small pouch-like structure, a blind tube called appendix. This is appendix attached to it. Colon is the longest part of the large intestine. It absorbs water from undigested food and converts it into fecal matter. Colon bears called haustra. Rectum is the last part of large intestine which open it into outside by the opening called anus. Normally the opening is guarded by the sphincter muscles. So this is all about the organ digestive. Now we are going to discuss about the associated glands. So we are going to discuss firstly salivary glands. There are three pairs of salivary glands open into buccal cavity. They are parotid, submaxillary and sublingual. About 1 to 1.5 liter of near natural saliva is poured into buccal cavity every day. Saliva contains mucus, water, lysozyme, enzyme, ptyalin, or we can say amylase. Due to presence of mucus and water, saliva makes the food soft and slippery for ease and protection of soft lining of the delicious dish or during eating a favorite dish due to excessive secretion of saliva. Now what is the function of lysozyme? It is antibacterial enzyme which kills bacteria by cleaving their wall. The digestive enzyme ptyalin or salivary amylase act on starch and glycogen of food, cooked food and change the same into sweet sugar called maltose. Bread tastes sweeter if chewed for longer period because of this conversion. Normally 30 to 40% of the starch is converted into dextrin and maltose by the action of salivary amylase. Saliva cleans the teeth. It provides solvent for dissolving chemicals present in the food for knowing the taste of food. It keeps the buccal cavity, lips and tongue moist for proper phonation, or we can say speech. So these are the function of salivary glands. Our next associated gland is liver, which we had discussed previously. About bile also we had discussed. Now we are going to start with pancreas. It secretes pancreatic juices that help the digestion of lipid, protein and lipid, protein and starch, etc. The pancreatic juices is the major digestive juices of the body. It is lightly. The juice contains three main enzymes: trypsin, amylase and lipase. Trypsin is prolytic enzyme which function as alkaline medium. It is secreted in inactive form of trypsinogen. Trypsin break down the protein proteases and ketones to form peptides. Pancreatic lipase is the main fat digestive enzyme. It acts on emulsified fat to fatty acids and glycerols. Pancreatic amylase acts on starch, glycogen, dextrin and other complex carbohydrates to form sugar like maltose. So these are the function of pancreatic juices. Next, we also had discussed gastric glands in stomach and intestinal glands in intestine. So this is our today's topic. Thank you, students. Our next topic is digestion of food in different organs of digestive system. First of all, we are going to discuss about buccal cavity, in which salivary glands help in digestion. In first point, the starch is digested by the help of salivary amylase and convert it into maltose or glycol. Lysozyme kill the bacteria. Next, in esophagus, it is added to food and to peristalsis movement of food. Next, in stomach, soup is converted into glucose and fructose by the help of soup. Protein is converted into amino acids or peptides with the help of pepsin. Carbohydrates also converted. Casein is converted into coagulated insoluble calcium salt with the help of renin, which peptonate calciums with the help of pepsin. Fat and water is converted into fatty acids and glycerol with the help of lipase. In small intestine, the protein is converted into peptides with the help of proteases. Sucrose is converted into glucose plus fructose with the help of sucrase. Lactose is converted into glucose and galactose with the help of lactase. Nucleic acid and nucleic acid is converted into nucleotides and nucleosides with the help of nucleases. Villi also help in absorption of essential elements from the digestion food. Villi are finger-like projections in small intestine that help in increase of surface area of absorption. Large intestine, it help in the absorption of elements and also electrolytes, salts and water. Rectum, it absorb water from completely digested food and make it solidified for fecal matter. And in the last, assimilation, it means use of absorbed essential substances as it repair damaged tissue. It provide energy to various organs of the body. It maintain body fluid concentration. Thank you, students.